This is the fourth year that we have held this ceremony, the Alexander Hamilton Immigrant Achievement Award ceremony. And the Lower Manhattan Historical Association, which was formed about 5 years ago for the purpose of promoting New York's very rich history, particularly its Revolutionary War history. And obviously one of the key figures in New York's Revolutionary War history is Alexander Hamilton. Very appropriate that we should hold this ceremony here, because it was on this site that the United States was first formed and that George Washington was inaugurated, right out here on the front. And Alexander Hamilton was sworn in as the first Secretary of the Treasury of the United States on September 11th. And it was in that capacity that Alexander Hamilton basically designed the American financial system, which was in terrible shape when he took over, and created the system of capitalism that we know today. So here on Wall Street, we consider Alexander Hamilton in many ways to be the patron saint of capitalism and the patron saint of America. He was not born in the United States. Alexander Hamilton was an immigrant. He was born in the Caribbean, and he came to the United States when he was 16 years old. And it was through his own hard work and ability that he came to the attention of George Washington and became his key aide, and thus became probably the most important person in the founding of the American economy. So I think the United States obviously did good things for him as an immigrant, but even more importantly, I think he did good things for the United States. He was an immigrant who really helped to build this country. There are many people who have come to this country from elsewhere in the world, of all parts of the world, who have made very significant contributions. So this is an ongoing process. Now, today, immigration is a highly controversial topic, but I think it's not recognized enough the importance that immigration has to New York City and the United States. So what we decided to do was to honor 4 people who had come to the United States from other places. I believe that this year we have a class of awardees that are equally as good. Congressman Esplanade, Peter Wu, Murray Lazama, and Thomas Iskanabi. They're from different backgrounds, different races, but they all have one common thread. They're here in New York, and they've created and they've significantly helped to build this city and this country. And that's why we give this award. I turn over the ceremony to our Master of Ceremonies, Peter Hine, who's the president of the Sons of the Revolution here in New York State.
Thank you, Jim, and thank everyone for coming here today, and in particular our honorees and those who will be introducing them. So you've heard from Jim Kaplan, who is the president of the Lower Manhattan Historical Association. I also want to recognize 2 of the other officers and directors of the association here with us today, Alan Millman, who is the treasurer as well as a director, and Peter Feynman, who is a director of the Lower Manhattan Historical Association. So today's awards are named after Alexander Hamilton, and with us today, very appropriately, is Sergio Villasvicio, who is the Vice President of the Alexander Hamilton Awareness Association.
And while authors and historians have dwelled into every single aspect of his life, his being an immigrant is not something that they have really gone in depth, because there is a lot about his experiences when he was not yet in this nation that shaped what later would become his contributions to the successful birth of this nation.
So we will now turn to the presentation of the 2019 Alexander Hamilton Immigrant Achievement Awards. And to introduce our first honoree, I will call upon the president of our association, James Kaplan.
Our first honoree is Representative Adriano Espaillat, who we're very proud to have him as an awardee. He's the first awardee who is actually a sitting congressman.
Immigrants work every day, every single day. They get up very early, they go to sleep very late. They do all kinds of jobs, and the contributions that they make are sometimes anonymous. No one knows about them. You just see them in the country as the country moves forward. So in the play, at the end, he goes, who lives, who dies, who tells your story, right? Your story. And so this association is helping New York City and the immigrant community find a voice and tell our story. So I commend you for that, and I thank you for giving me this award. God bless you and keep the faith. Thank you.
Next honoree, Peter Wu, is posthumous. He has sadly passed away. But please welcome Judge Randall Ng, who will introduce Jay Chen, who will speak about Peter Wu and his achievement.
I can think of no more deserving a candidate for this award than Peter Wu, who I called uncle my entire life over the span of his 100 years. Alexander Hamilton and Peter Wu shared some similar life experiences and ideals. They both emigrated to the United States as young men, embraced the ideals of their new land, and proceed to dedicate a significant part of their lives in service to their adopted homeland. Peter Wu was born in a small village in Toisan, China in the year 1919. He immigrated to the United States in 1937. Although his plan had been to join his father's Chinese herbal medicine business in New York's Chinatown, those plans were disrupted by the advent of World War II. Peter was drafted into the U.S. Army in 1943. Throughout his life, his service in World War II was a great point of pride for Peter. One of the squadron's most notable missions during World War II was to provide logistical support to the now legendary American Flying Tiger pilots. The squadron assisted the Flying Tigers by transporting military supplies and by providing military training to Chinese ground troops. In 1949, he joined the American Legion Kim Lao Post. This was the start of a 60-plus year commitment to veterans and the Chinese-American community. Peter was instrumental in securing the Kim Lao Post a permanent home in Chinatown and in championing the building of the Chinese-American Veterans War Memorial in New York's Chinatown. As an expression of gratitude to his many years of service to them, in 2015, the Kim Lao Post named their newly renovated auditorium the Chairman Peter Wu Auditorium. During his 70-plus years as an American citizen, Peter never took for granted the freedoms and opportunities afforded to him by his adopted country. It is most fitting that he would receive the Alexander Hamilton Immigrant Award. And as you've learned, he passed just last year that accepting the award on his behalf is his daughter, Mrs. Jane Chan.
It is with great pride and gratitude that our family accepts the award on behalf of our father. Through hard work and good fortune, our father was able to live the storied American dream. As his family, we are proud that he spent so much of his life giving back to the country which had given him so much.
My name is Alan Millman, and I am on the board of directors of the Lower Manhattan Historical Association. I am also the Chief of Staff of the Veteran Corps of Artillery. Today we're honoring a special family and a special young lady, a lady in the way of our great military warriors. She lives with integrity, leads with courage, and acts with love. I'll let her tell you her story and the story of her family, but I will tell you about her military background because I doubt she will. She started telling me about her military background, her deployments in Iraq, where everybody knows there was lots of heavy firing. She came under lots of bombardments and firing over there. She had assignments in Mali, Kuwait, Germany, but only a few people appeared to be to me more heroic and devoted than this young lady. Among her awards and decorations include the Army Achievement Medal, Army Commendation Medal, the Second Army Achievement Medal, Overseas Service Ribbon, Army Reserve Component Overseas Training Ribbons, Non-Commissioned Officers Professional Development Ribbon, Iraq Campaign Medal with 4 campaign stars, Army Commendation Medal, Army Achievement Medal, Second Award, Army Reserve Component Medal, Global War and Terrorism Expeditionary Medal, and the Global War and Terrorism Service Medal.
I can recall watching a documentary, Legion of Brothers, with my husband and child. They never fail in asking me why I watch these movies, if they make me emotional and take me back to the days I was a soldier. But what can I say? I love my uniform, and at times I miss it. The person that I am today, I am humble and hardworking United States Army veteran. I proudly wore the uniform for 12 and a half years. I got the opportunity to travel to different states and countries doing what I love the most, helping people. I cherish every moment and experience I live with my brothers and sisters in arms. I hold close to my heart the brothers and sisters that kept me safe and pray for our safe return home. I continue to live the Army values I have learned by helping all veterans in any way, shape, or form. America is the land of immigrants, the land of the free and home of the brave. Thank you so much.
Now I would like to introduce Dr. Claudia Schrader, who's the president of the Kingsborough Community College, to introduce Dr. Thomas Zikanegbe, who is our final honoree today.
Good afternoon. A few weeks ago, Thomas called and shared with me that he would be receiving the Alexander Hamilton Immigrant Achievement Award, and he asked me to introduce him because he's my peer, my mentor, and a valued friend, and I'm honored to introduce him today. Dr. Thomas Zikanegbe was born in Nigeria and is the 6th president of the Bronx Community College of the City University of New York, making him the first African-born president of a college in the greatest university in the world. He has served in this capacity since 2015, but his tenure in the field of higher education spans nearly 30 years. That he has received a number of awards and honors for his distinguished service to higher education, his communities. I think of him leaving Nigeria in 1981, not knowing, probably much like Hamilton, what the future held or what awaited him in the United States. While what I know about Alexander Hamilton was formed from what I read or had been told, what I know of Thomas comes from what I've seen and experienced. Let me share with you what his professional bio does not tell you and what might very well be the secret to his success. Thomas is super observant. Even when you think he's not paying attention, he is. He has a gift for remembering names and people. He likes to listen to music in the background in his office. He's prone to long walks, and he readily shares whatever he has. He's inquisitive and curious, and is always clear that he knows what he doesn't know. There's a Nigerian proverb that says, "A man who is honored has first honored himself." For no one else is this truer than for this great man that you will honor today. He honors himself, the sacrifices that his family has made, and all that he has been given by lifting others up, as he was lifted by the opportunities that being an immigrant provided. Now it is my pleasure to introduce you to my ex-boss, mentor, peer, and friend, President Thomas Zikanegbe.
Why should I be getting this award? And when we went to your website and we did the research, I saw your past honorees. I said, yes, I want to be part of that group. So I want to say thank you very, very, very much for this award. Really, it's an honor and a privilege. To my fellow honorees, I want to say congratulations, Congressman, family of Wu, Mary, Legman. I want to say thank you to all of you. I am particularly impressed by all of your service. You're still active in public service. Your dad is a role model for all of us who came in here, built and served the country. And you served our country. I want just to say thank you to all of you. You know, isn't it amazing? I think, James, you said it. In the society we live today, the word immigrant is like a dirty word. It's like not a cool word anymore. But if you peel back the onion and you look back at it, the history of the United States of America, it's amazing to see what immigrants have contributed to the society we live in today. It's amazing to see you have the first Dominican congressman in our midst this afternoon. So I think through all of these conversations, I think sometimes we just need to take a deep breath and go back and look at our history and our past. I truly believe that what has made this country great is a contribution of all of the people we see sitting here with me this afternoon. Why are we called the United States of America? We call the United States of America because people come from different walks of life. The Statue of Liberty didn't say, give me your poor. The Statue of Liberty said, give me all of those that are yearning, and let's all lift our society here together. So it's my hope and wish that through all of these conversations, we can take a deep step back and allow people to come in and allow people to continue to contribute to the society in which we live in. Dr. Schrader said it, when I came in 1981, I was a very young man. I had ideals. I wanted to come in here, get good degree, contribute to this society, build on the shoulder of the people before me, and help uplift this society too. It's my hope that we'll continue to do that too for all of those that are coming after us. What a great country. But we can only continue to be great when we allow people from all different shades of life, all colors of life, to come in, like the Wu family did, like the Legman family did, the Espaillat, to continue to build our society.
Concludes the formal part of our program.
Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free.